Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yeah.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Sour, I can hear you. Sour, I cannot hear anything. Sour, sour low. I cannot hear anything.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
I can perfectly hear you now. Good morning, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Okay, let me fix it on this side. I know what happened. I got two cameras, and it pulled the second camera, the one that had no audio. Oh man. Okay, good morning. All right, let me mute this because I'm hearing myself now. Okay, so
Can you guys hear me all right?
all right, good morning. Uh, again, this is Sourblow. You might know me from XBI Podcast. I have a gaming channel together with Crazy Lou, Silent Cipher. It's at XBI Podcast. Every Wednesday, we have a podcast at 7 p.m. And however, this channel, I decided I wanted to do some other talks. Like today, I'm super excited to talk some NBA playoffs. And today with me, I actually have someone very special with me. And hold on, let me bring him on. But before I bring him on, let me fix something right here. So, the,
Something that I wanted to say. I don't. I'm going. Okay, okay. Now I can see. Yeah, now I can see the light. All right. Don't
you
worry
can
about
see
it.
the
Go
live.
ahead.
Okay. No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. So, okay, let me set this up. So, the person I'm bringing on actually worked with me on the first podcast that I actually worked on because some people don't know, but I first started podcasting, it wasn't a gaming channel. It was actually a sport channel. And it was together with him and someone else. We had this sport channel where we talked about all sorts of sports. Um, we even talked
A little bit of
about
wrestling.
wrestling. Yeah, we talked so much. So with no further ado, here we go. So it's Carlos Angels. He hangs with us. He does some gaming too. So Carlo, introduce yourself.
Good morning, good morning. Well, I'm just happy to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm just happy to be here with you guys and your audience. Even though we kind of stopped doing the podcast and everything, the the mission has always been to get back to making some content, and especially on sports. And during this time of the year when you have so many special things going on, it's always nice to join you in your project and to support you a little bit. And even though I'm a fallen soldier, we can which can be seen over here, I can I'm always happy to talk some NBA basketball and any other interesting topics that always happen in the world of sports. So I'm happy to be back online and making some content. Let's have some talk. I'm 100% sure you and I will not agree in many topics.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well,
Okay.
before we begin speaking about playoff, why don't we talk a little bit about what happened before the playoff and the play-in? Uh, we have your seeing your hat there. We have the Golden State Warrior lost to the Sacramento Kings, which funny
Well,
enough, they ended up not making it either. But um, what do you think about the Golden State Warrior? Like, where do they go now, and um, why did you think they lost that matchup?
so in a nutshell, what happened is that my team is more beat up than my hat right now. You see, like, so old and everything is not properly. Like, my team was way worse than that. So basically, the Golden State Warriors got old. They were, I mean, at the end of the, not at the end, but this season they relied so much in their original core, which is, let's just face it, it's not as good anymore. It's not the core that being your main players and your team leaders is gonna take you to winning the championship anymore. Like, probably their last actual chance was last year, but then I think everything that could happen against them went wrong. Everything, like from injuries to the problems in the locker room between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. which was a key piece in the 2022 playoffs. Uh, that wasn't there last year. The chemistry, the team's chemistry and happiness that was going on in the locker room in 2022 wasn't there last year. Andrew Wiggins with his personal issues that we don't have to get in. That was something that definitely did a lot of damage on the team because he was a key piece. He was their main outside defender, and I think that it was 2023 was their actual last chance, and they didn't know it. They decided to just run it back with new pieces, and well, this year they got exposed. It wasn't there anymore, and let me be straight up about it. Draymond Green and Klay Thompson are not good enough nowadays to be main pieces in a championship team. They can be role players, but they cannot be main pieces like Klay Thompson or leaders, team leaders, like vocally and also when it comes to the playing style and play calling, like a Draymond Green. So that's what happened. They just got to revamp and build a team around Steph Curry, not relying that much on him anymore because even though he's still excellent, awesome in the offensive end of the court, the defense he was never great. He was serviceable. He was okay at his peak, and now he's not even that. And also, when you're 36 in the NBA, the stamina is not the same, and you're more injury prone. Like they gotta get back to the drawing board and get rid of half the team and bring in some new blood. That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And to add to what you're saying, also, I feel like them facing the Sacramento King is almost like facing their self, but a younger version. So it kind of also didn't help that. I feel like maybe if they would have matched up versus like the Pelicans, maybe they would have had another chance. Or what was the other team? Or the Lakers, maybe they would have had a better chance. But Sacramento play running, they shoot as much three as them. But right now, they can do it better than them. So to me, that was kind of like, a recipe for disaster. And let's not even forget that um, Sabonis didn't even play that well in that game. So I just think, like you say, they need to revamp. They need to find a new identity because you're not gonna find another Clay Thompson. You're probably not gonna find another Draymond Green. So they might have to structure their team a little bit different. They have some nice young pieces with what's that rookie? I forget his name. Ponderick, something like that. They got Mooney, and what's that other
You
young
mean like
piece?
Kevin Looney? Kevin
No,
Looney is the
not
one
Kevin
you're
Looney.
talking about?
Moni.
I think I saw the guy a
He,
few times, but
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
remember him very well.
they're not gonna be like great players or even like all stars, but they're like good like pieces. The rookie, he has a chance of being maybe like a star, like maybe like a third option. But they unfortunately they're gonna have to put some more pieces around Curry, and I think Clay, CP3, and Draymond Green, I think they should go honestly. But do you think the same, or do you think you will keep one of those three pieces?
So it depends on the agreement that they're willing to take, especially with Clay Thompson, because you know that there's nothing easier to fit in on any NBA team than a shooter. So if Clay Thompson is willing to just be, coming off the bench, being a spot up shooter, not demanding the ball, not caring, not actually caring about if he receives the ball or not, because if you're a spot up shooter, you're supposed to just, move around and wait for an open shot. So if he's willing to get to that agreement when it comes to the playing style and also when it comes to the amount of money that he is actually gonna make, then I think the relationship is salvageable with him. So
Yeah.
they don't have to get rid of Clay Thompson,
I think
especially
yeah,
after a couple of
he can
uh,
basically be like a, sorry to interrupt you. He could be like a good Kyle Korver.
Cal Korver,
Yeah, like
Ray
that type of
Allen
player.
when he yeah when Ray Allen saved LeBron legacy, that that type
Hey,
of
hey,
role.
we're gonna get to there. We're gonna talk about LeBron.
Yeah, but going back a little bit to what you were talking about when it comes to like their chances against other teams other than the let's say the Sacramento Kings. The thing with Golden State is that they were never big, and the way that they used to beat you was by overwhelming you with the fast-paced game, speed, stealing a lot of balls, and opening the court. Now, when you don't have that, then if you face a team like the Lakers, for example, last year, to me, the only reason why the Lakers beat them was because the Warriors were just overwhelmed when it comes to the size of the team, the size of the players. So they have to like make some really big changes, real big changes when it comes to the team build up because I don't even think they would have beat the Lakers. They 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 would have probably beat the Pelicans if Zion, ate too much pizza the previous night and decided not to play well or to to get injured. But they're small and they're old. So that's big right now. That's a big issue. When you had Draymond Green playing as a center in 2024, that's a big issue, man. That's big.
Yeah, but hey, I think it's enough talk about sore losers team like the Golden State. Just kidding. You brought
Hey,
up the Pelican.
losers, losers, but not sore. Okay, losers, but not sore. We took it well. We know what it is, and we're not complaining or be worrying about it. So,
You're not making excuses.
no, sir, no, sir.
All right. Well, you brought up the Pelicans, so let's move up to that series. So the Pelicans, I think they did a great job. Like if you look at the game versus the Lakers, I thought Zion played pretty well until he unfortunately got injured. I kind of felt bad for him because like he has had his injuries and all that, and he was playing so well, and then he kind of you could kind of see that he was really pissed off that he got injured. But then they managed to beat the Sacramento Kings, and now they're gonna face OKC, which is the first seed. How do you see this series? What do you think about this, Carlos?
I think the Thunder. It depends on Zion's health. But if Zion, let's say, look, if it was toe to toe, the two teams like at 100%. Remember that we used to call a long six game series or a short six game series or stuff like that. I think if both teams were fully healthy, it would have been a long 6 game series, and the Thunder is gonna win it. The reason why is because that team is not experienced. That team, we can talk all day about the level of quality that they have, the firepower, everything. I don't, I, I don't know that their defense have been tested properly, and the Pelicans have everything the Thunder had to a lesser degree. So it would have been very interesting, a really great first round series. But now that Zion is a question mark, I would say that series will go 5 games.
Oh, you're
Uh,
you're you're throwing it out there. You're going for 5 games.
yeah. The Thunder will hand it to them in 5 games because the Pelicans were inconsistent during the year. Like that, if you go name by name, they're probably at the same level as the Thunder. But this is not name by name. It is about chemistry. It is about health. It is about commitment to the game, which I really doubt that Zion Williamson has. And that's the reason why he gets injured so much. I mean, when you have to get, I'm sorry, when you have to get in shape through the season, that's crazy to me, man. You just sign a max contract deal. So yeah, I think the Thunder will hand it to them in in 5 games, especially because of Zion's injury. And I think there could be some close games here and there, but I don't think they will be able to take that firepower, especially with when you have two teams that are their main thing is the same, which is offense. So you have your main, your main guy questionable or wear down a little bit because of the injury. So that's it. 5 games, Thunder.
All right. Well, I think it's either five or six game, and I do agree. OKC should win this. But I do think also that we gotta take into account for me for the Pelicans that because Zion has been injured so much, I think they might know how to play better without him. Like they might have more chemistry without him. And it's not that he's not a great player. It's just that when he's on court, I feel like they play more uh, the ball through him, and maybe they're not adapted yet to that role. Which I don't know. Maybe that might favor them a little bit. And then towards the end, Zion might come back and maybe they get like another game in and win, and it might go. I'll go with six. I think they might go 6 games. I think OKC doesn't. Well, they both don't have that much experience to be honest, but
Yeah, yeah,
um, I think they match up well. I was looking at their games. They had two very tight games in which they split, and then there was one game that OKC did beat them up pretty well. So I'm curious to see who played in those games, but this is one of the series that it's. I don't think much people are that much interested in that, but it could actually be a great series in the end. It could
yeah,
surprise
yeah. It's
us.
definitely going to be a very interesting one because uh, it is a quote unquote eighth seed in this case. It is right. Let me see. Let me double
Yes,
check.
8 seed.
So
Yep.
yeah, an eighth seed, however, is better than most eight eight seeds that we normally see in the NBA, and at the same time, OKC is not that world beater. They just had their breakout season, similar to the Sacramento Kings last year. Something. It's not that you're facing a juggernaut. It's not that they're like so overwhelmed. So it's definitely going to be a long, in my opinion, as we used to say, right? It's going to be a long 5 game series. Long because it's gonna be close games. It's not gonna be like taking them off the court by by the second quarter. But I see them winning most of them. Therefore, I see the Pelicans just taking one home. But I agree, it's gonna be a very interesting one.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, looking through like all the matchups, like there's some there's some very interesting matchups all around. Like right now I'm gonna go to this one, which it's kind of was to me it was kind of more going to one side, but because of another injury, I think this makes it even more interesting. And this is the Pacers versus the Bucks. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo is kind of questionable for probably the first few games, and we got an Indiana Pacer that they play at a very high pace. They play very hard, and they don't give up. So Milwaukee, we have seen them. Sure, they still got Damian Lillard. However, we have not seen them. Like their defense is not the greatest, and I don't know if it's me, but to me, they're not the same as previous year. What do you think about this series, Carlos?
So if we're saying that Giannis won't be there by the first couple of games, I think we might be in front of the upset of the first round, honestly, because I think that's a recipe for disaster. Like, we could easily make the argument that Drew Holiday, by the time he was traded to the Celtics, was their second main player. Chris Middleton, let's face it, after the championship in 2021, Chris Middleton hasn't been the same, mostly due to injuries. And besides that, he was never that awesome player. He just had a great run those playoffs. So now you have Doug Rivers, which is known for his playoff failures. So they made sure to, get set to set themselves for that. You have Damian Lillard, who's known for his playoff failures, and you have Giannis Antetokounmpo not being able to participate in games starting this series. Ah, man. And even though the Bucks had all the names and everything, they were inconsistent throughout the season. Let's face it. That's why Boston is much more ranked by God knows how many games. It was like a fight for the second place in the East. So let me look for Giannis. Let's see for how long he's expected to be out.
All right, look that up. While you look that up, real quick, I'm actually gonna say, I think the Bucks will get it done. I think eventually they will get him back. However, I think this is gonna be a very long series, and I think it might even go 7 games. I'm gonna go with 7 games because the Indiana Pacers, they do not give up, and if John has missed the first few games or even the first game, I think that will have Indiana probably win the first 1 or 2 games, and then you'll have the Bucks trying to grind back to get the series even, and eventually I think they will overtake it. I think they have the players to get it done, but is a matter of can they put it together. But I think they will.
Yeah, I think they absolutely have the names, the players, the tools to make it happen. I just don't have that much trust in any Doc Rivers team. Honestly, at this point, I don't even understand how he still has that leverage in the NBA, of jumping team to team, team to team, like teams with expectations. Because if it was like a great player developer, then I would buy it. If we're talking about teams that are lower seeded, but we're talking about teams that actually have championship expectations. I just don't have that faith on him anymore. Let me see. Let me see. He didn't practice,
That's not a good sign.
but yeah, but they're not saying anything. Let me see. They
Is
don't
he?
even have a time frame for him to be back. So I'm taking the Pacers, man. I'm taking the Pacers with a little asterisk. While picking the Pacers, I believe that Giannis will miss at least 3 games, and that's all they need. That's all they need.
What?
So I'm taking the Pacers in a long series, 6 or 7.
6 or 7? Okay.
Yeah, because the Pacers are one of two teams, and I'm not gonna mention the other team right now, that play old school basketball in which you grind, you fight, you go all in. You can see the heart
Yeah.
that these players put in every game. And to me, man, that matters a lot. That matters a lot because that ends up winning championships. That ends up be like making this overcoming stories, overachievers like the Detroit Pistons back in the day, the Bad Boys 2.0. So they have that mentality, and that's the reason why I like them over the Bucks in in this series. Besides, of course, Giannis missing at least 3 games.
I agree, but I gonna say if Indiana gonna win, I think they should try to do it in six because a seven game with Dame Lillard that could be dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with you there.
All right. Now the next series has probably your favorite player, and then the next MJ according to some, and is the Phoenix
Mm,
Suns versus the
oh
T
man,
Wolves.
oh man.
So
My favorite player to beat on for the last 7 years, yeah, Mr. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. So um we have the Phoenix Chokers, the Phoenix Suns versus the T Wolf, which if you look at the T Wolf, we gotta be honest, they're kinda uh, they're limping from one leg. They don't have Carl Anthony Town. But they managed to hang on. They're going to the playoff, and they're facing the Phoenix Suns that I personally don't trust that much. Some people still think they have a shot. I think I'll go first on this one. I think they should beat the T Wolf. I think they have the stars to do that. They have the players to do that, especially with no Carl Anthony Town. So I think they will do it like in 5, 6 games, and I don't know. I don't think Anthony Edwards is there yet. Like I think it was last year where there was a series where I thought he was gonna do better, and he ended up coming short. So I don't know. Maybe he's not as great as some people think he is. I think he's still a good player. But at the end of the day, Kevin Durant, like we can say all we want about him, but he is Kevin Durant. So I think he should get it done in this series.
I mean, I agree. I agree. I won't tell you otherwise, unfortunately. So
But that's all you
yeah, I
gotta say
think
about Kevin Durant, your favorite player.
yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. He's very consistent doing what he does every year. He hasn't been the luckiest player. That's karma. If I had to take my money to to any of the betting sports books. So yeah, I think the Suns will take this series. I think without Carl Anthony Towns, you have a team that's hobbled that has one of its main two pieces. And you know, if we were talking about teams like, for example, the Golden State Warriors back in the day, the Miami Heat did it without Chris Bosh, without I mean, for a couple of series, starting back-to-back playoffs. Those were teams that their levels were ridiculous. They were able to afford missing Steph Curry for the first round and a half in 2016, or Kevin Durant in 2019, or Chris Bosh in 2012 and 2013. That's not the Minnesota Timberwolves case. I think they are an up and comer. They just had a real breakout season because last season they were good. They've been knocking on the door. This this season they just kicked the door open. But then it's unfortunate to see them not having a first shot, which is what's going to happen. I think the Suns should take this series. Now, it should be a long one because I don't see the Suns defense being on point, but their offense should overwhelm the Timberwolves, and they should take it in six. I would say closing in Phoenix.
Yeah, when I'm done. I'm live right now. You wanna say hi? Come here. Say hi. No, not yet, mister. Okay, then bye. That's
Wow,
my son.
you got an alpha male cooking out there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Jesus,
Oh man.
that's good, man.
All right. Well, talking about alpha male, let's move on to the next series. We got Joel Embiid, who's been hobbling a little bit. They
Hmm.
barely managed to make it to the playoff, but that team is still dangerous with him, and they're going against none other than the New York Knicks, who has become one of the best teams in the East. What do you have to say about this series?
So that's the other team that I told you about that should become overcomers slash overachievers. That's the New York Knicks. That team, you don't see those big names in that roster. What you see is hard when they play, and that matters. They make it hard for anybody, and they should get rid of the 76ers, who have had everything but hard for the last 6 or 7 years. And I would say the Knicks should close it out in five. Like Joel Embiid, when he sees all these guys coming at him, putting it hard, hitting him hard down the post, hard fouls, pressure, everything, he might end up crying because you guys are being bullies with me, and you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't treat a brother like that. So I think he will
Oh
cry.
man.
He will actually put a complaint down in the commissioner's office for bullying. So the Knicks are gonna take that one down. Are gonna take them down in five. That's all I gotta say. I have the respect for the Sixers heart as as the respect that I have for Doug Rivers in difficult coaching situations. Let's put
Oh.
it like that.
Oh damn. Um,
Yeah.
I agree. I think the Knicks are winning five, maximum six, but I think first of all, Joel Embiid, he is injured, so yeah, it is true. But at the same time, also like I I see media talk, and it's crazy. It's funny. They make it out to be like, oh, he's back. They're gonna win and all this, and he's been a choker. He he had he has had teams that he should have been able to make it at least to the NBA Finals, and he has been unable to deliver in these difficult games. He's also made of glass, like you said. He when he feels the pressure, when he feels the game gets uh, aggressive. When there's playoff basketball, he's not the same. And
I agree.
yeah, unfortunately, like, and the Knicks, they like to grind. They like to play defense. They don't back down, and then they got a killer in Jalen Brunson. He's small, but don't let size fool you.
No man,
So
no man.
I
Yeah,
think they're real. I think he's real.
they're those hustlers. So it's funny because now when you were giving your take regarding Joel Embiid, I remember we used to go against each other big time
Oh
in
yeah.
the pre-show, and I used to be in Joel Embiid's, attorney corner, big time. And probably you were right by a little bit back then, and the time has given you the reason so big that it's not ridiculous, man. You were so right that that is like a joke. Looking back to me making the case for Joel Embiid actually delivering in the playoffs. I'm
Yeah.
ashamed, man. I gotta apologize for you right now.
But you know what happened? What happened is like I'm a Celtics fan. Like you know that the hat gives it away. But
Yeah,
when I watch basketball, even though I want the Celtics to win, like I look at the game like because I love the game. You look, I look at the game how the game should be played, and most of the time, the Celtics face the 76ers, and it's the same story. And I see the game, and I see what like he has to do, and he's like backing away. He's a freaking center, bigger than everyone else. He's more stronger than anyone else, especially in those old Celtics games. And
Super talented.
he would not play in
Hmm.
the post. He would run.
Yeah,
He would have smaller guys like Marcus Smart, like defending him, and he would do nothing. Like that's why I was like, no, this guy's he's weak. If he can't do it, then how about now that these teams are much better? Like the East is more packed. The East are
yep,
is way stronger. So yeah, definitely.
absolutely, man. The time gave you the reason, 100%. Thank God we were not playing with
Uh,
real stuff like paying money or going to jail because otherwise I would be crying right now, man.
oh man. Okay, this next series to me is very intriguing, very interesting, and I think is a rematch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Clippers. I believe they faced. I don't know if it was last year, but I know they faced in the last few years, and
Yeah, they have,
they have, right.
absolutely.
We have a
Yeah,
more experienced now, Luka Doncic, together teaming up with Mr. Kyrie Irving, and they're going against Kawhi Leonard and um,
Paul George
Paul George and your
and
best
the
friend, your
biggest
other best
choker,
friend.
the biggest choker in NBA history, the guy that was supposed to be better than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant from the perimeter.
Oh my
Wow. Hey, I've heard crazy takes throughout the years. My goodness.
god. Yeah, that was crazy, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is a very good series, very intriguing. How do you see this one? How do you see this one? Because right now I'm thinking about it. It's kind of odd.
I totally agree with you on the fact that, it's probably I like I'm just gonna say it. It's the best first round series. That's it. That's the best one. And it's because those teams are very close in their level of playing basketball, in their star power, in experience, in everything. I'll give the edge to wow, that might surprise a little bit. That might surprise you and the audience out there a little bit. But I'm gonna give the edge to the Mavericks.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the edge to the Mavericks, and the reason why is because I just don't trust that the Clippers can survive a hard-fought seven-game series without somebody hurting. And I'm not talking about Kawhi Leonard only. I'm talking about you, James Harden. I'm talking about you, Paul George. And if the two teams, if you told me that both of them are going to be 100% throughout the whole series, I'll probably take the Clippers. I just don't believe it's going to be the case. I think the Mavericks are also very good. They have been together for many years, and they the, they might not be the best team defensively, but their offense, man, there's no way you can stop Luka Doncic at this point. And Kyrie Irving has been unstoppable forever, which is, I'm sorry, which is one of another, my favorite player list. Kyrie, Kyrie, the terrorist. Uh,
Terrorist.
yeah, yeah, Kyrie, the terrorist. Irving, that guy, man. You like him or not, you are a fan or not, he's unstoppable when the big games call, and let's face it, those big games are gonna come, and I trust him and Luca to stay healthier than the Clippers. So I see it as a long, hard-fought series, 6 or 7 games. the Mavericks taking it, even if it is in seven.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. The fact that but basically in the playoff in tight situation, you can't trust James Harden definitely, and then you have the probability of Kawhi maybe missing a game or two, even Paul
Hmm.
George or any other. I feel like Luca Hart, he's gonna play no matter how beat up he is. And the thing is, between Luca and Irvin, it feels like they can get a basket like whenever they want. So when the tight situation come, I trust them two more to get a basket than the Clippers team. Because let's face it, from the Clippers team, the only one I would trust, like in a tight situation, would probably be Kawhi.
And he
But
might be tired.
and
He
he
might
might
be
be tired.
tired at that point.
Exactly.
He might say, "Okay, dude, I played 35 minutes for two straight games. You should give me a break. You should. I should get two games, man.
Where's
At
my
this
low
point,
management at? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh man. All right. So the next series is actually. Oh, you're muted now. I think you muted yourself. Nope, can't hear you. Hold on, let me do this. Uh,
hello.
yeah. Okay. Now I hear you.
I Yeah. Give me a moment. I need to take a quick pause. Just a moment.
Okay. Okay. I'll start introducing this series. So we got the
Yeah.
Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, my team, of course, and but the Miami Heat and the Celtics, this is not their first rodeo. They have faced each other several times, and I gotta be honest, the Miami Heat has always given the Celtics a hard time. I feel like they match up pretty good. They always have close series, and they Miami Heat always manage to make it to the playoff. I don't know how, but they just do it. But they do have some injuries. This is not the same team from last year. We got Jimmy Butler. I think he's gonna miss the series, or at least he's questionable for half the series. And then we have some very key players that were last year that they're not in this team this year. Like what's his name? Max Struz. The guy from the Lakers. I know Carlos back. Maybe he remembers his name.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Vincent. Yeah,
No,
Vincent.
Vincent.
And then there's
Gabe
a
Vincent.
Gabe Vincent. There's another player I forgot that he also left. And then you have Caleb Martin hasn't been the same this year. Definitely not. So I think the Celtics should win this easily. I give the Heat maybe one game. I think the Celtics should close this in five. I don't know how you think about
Uh,
this series.
yeah. Yeah. Not much to say. The only thing is a correction. I meant to say Kyrie when it comes to the harsh comment in the previous. Kyrie when it comes to the T word that I use.
Uh,
Not Kawhi. Kyrie. Um. Listen, man. The Cinderella story is over for the hit. It's gonna be 4 games. It's not gonna be close. Probably one close game, and it's not going down to the wire. So that's all I have to say. The Celtics, they're poised this season. We already ran out of excuses for them. We ran out of what ifs, buts, anything like that. So all I'm gonna say is 4 games. 4 games, nothing else.
okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
let's move on to I believe this is the final series, and it's none other than the goat versus versus the Denver Nugget, and it's simple. The goat in 3 games. They got this.
The bubble goat. The bubble goat.
No, we got the being serious now. We got the LA Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets. I honestly almost thought the Lakers weren't gonna make it, but they managed to hang on and they managed to win in the play-ins, even though the guy hates the play-in. But hey, I think the play-in players hate it, but us fans, we love it. The play-in, and honestly, I think this is an interesting matchup because I think the Lakers do match up well against the Denver Nuggets. The problem with the Lakers is that I don't trust LeBron and Anthony Davis in a long series. Like as the series get longer, they're gonna get more tired, and unfortunately, Anthony Davis is too inconsistent. And then when as things get harder, your goat for many people's goat, he's gonna start making excuses. He's gonna start having some injuries, playing with broken hands, broken foot, and all that, and the excuses are gonna
Shout out,
pile up.
yeah, shout out to Plum Gaming saying that if Jordan joined the Lakers. No, no, that's the bubble goat. Plum, that's the bubble goat. The goat of the bubble. That's about it. I'm not buying anything else goat related.
Yeah, shout out
And
to
Super
Plume
Fede,
and Super Fed.
Super
So
Fede is mad at his Lakers, man. And I feel you, brother. Man, the whole identity was changed to LeBron's land now. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think that, as you said, they match up very well, and uh, they match up well and everything. But it's as you said. I just don't trust the whole Lakers team to stay together, playing at a good level. Just like the same thing that I said about the Clippers, I cannot say it about the Lakers with the little difference that they, they have actually tasted success before. But anyway, I'm taking the Nuggets in five. And sorry that I cut you off.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
I think I take the Nuggets in five also because I just think the Lakers they could win one of the first 2 to 3 games. If they don't win, if they don't win none of the first 3 games, then they're not winning anything. They're just gonna get
Yeah,
swept
I think game three down 2-0 in
with a little
the
bit of rest.
Staples, Crypto, I don't know, what's the name where Magic Johnson used to play that thing, that name of that court. I don't know what it is anymore. Uh, they should take that game three.
Yeah.
Hard fought down the wire till the end, but the Nuggets are taking it in five. I don't see a sweep like that anymore because last year Denver was just poised, but I don't see any chance the Lakers beat them in a long series. No, no way.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see. But there's our take. Do you want to run back real quick before we end it? All your picks. You had so
Yeah,
Pelican
so
versus Thunders. You had the Thunders
I,
in how much?
in six, the Thunder in six.
Okay,
No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We were saying that Zion is out, so I got the Thunder in five.
you had him five.
Five. Yeah, yeah.
I
Five
said six.
short
I
one.
said six. Okay, and then the
Yeah.
Sixers versus the Knicks. You said the Sixers in four.
The no, I still don't have Alzheimer's, so I remember that is gonna be the Knicks, and that's the Knicks in 5 games as well. I'm
Okay.
giving the Sixers one game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I agree with you. The Heats and the Celtics. You said
four, four.
four. I said
That's it.
five.
Four and out.
I give the respect to the Heat. I think they'll win one.
No,
Uh,
sir. The Cinderella story is over.
then the Pacers and the Bucks. You went for the upset
Yes, sir. I'm shooting for the upset Pacers in six.
in six. Okay, I went Bucks in seven. Lakers and Nuggets. You said your Lakers will win in four
Yeah, right. With the gold, right?
with the go.
Yeah.
um,
Now to the real story. Hey, people, don't trust Sourblow. You will make me look bad if you guys believe that I said anything like that. Okay.
I
So I'm
said
going with the Nuggets in five.
Nuggets in five. I go Nuggets in five too. And then the Oh wait, we got the Mavs and the Clippers. You said Mavs in six. You said
Mavericks in 6 games. Yeah, Mavericks in
okay.
six or even in seven. Even if it goes to seven, I'm sticking to my pick.
Okay,
Mavericks
I'll
to
go
win the series.
Mavs in seven. I go seven. Suns and
Wow,
and
that's a
T.
bold take.
Yeah, Suns and T Wolf.
Suns and T Wolves. I'm going with my favorite player, according to you, not according to me. Okay, people, don't believe him. I'm going with the Suns to win it in six,
In
just out of
six.
respect, just out of respect for the second seeded Timberwolves. But yeah,
I said the they're gonna win in five. The Suns
wow.
in five.
Oh, let's see.
And then Matt. Oh, we didn't talk about this one. Wait, we were missing one more. Okay.
Oh
So,
yeah.
oh my God.
So our apologies to the people in Orlando and Cleveland. You guys are just not gonna win it regardless, so that's why we didn't talk about you. But we're gonna pay the respect and analyze the series
Oh wait. Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta. I wasn't even ready. Okay, here we go. We got the Orlando Magic versus the Cleveland Cavs. Okay, the winner of this is definitely winning it all.
now. Oh yeah, the winning it all through the month of April. They're gonna be the team of April in the NBA.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm taking the Caps. I'm taking the Caps in a 6 game series to close them out on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna say the Magic's in six. And the reason
Oh
is
wow.
the Cavs have been very inconsistent. Donovan Mitchell has not been the same. And I think Orlando Magic, they're younger, they're hungrier, and they have the size to stop Cleveland. And I think they can win. This is a winnable series for them. Other than that, I
Mm,
don't think they'll make it past the next round, but I think they're gonna surprise a lot of
nah,
people.
that's it. That series should be called the next Celtics victim. Next in line.
Which I personally prefer. Like, I think the Cavs would be easier for the Celtics because Orlando has given them trouble, but I think Orlando will win this series. I think they will surprise.
Well, let's see. That I mean, whoever is into these two teams is gonna be a very interesting and fun
Yeah, I
series
think
to watch.
honestly, all the series, even though some of them we gave them 5-1, but they're still very interesting. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen. It's just that, you know, we are veterans here. We don't trust a lot of players. We've seen
Yeah,
the same story over and over, but on paper, they all look interesting.
I agree. I agree. The only one that I don't really even care about much, I might watch game one and that's it, is Celtics Heat. I expect an absolute whooping, sir. Like I don't see like the team without Jimmy buckets doing anything of importance. I don't see it, man.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely, they
Yeah,
somehow manage to always fight, but let's see if they can do it without Jimmy.
that's it.
All right. Well, any closing arguments before we end the stream?
No, I think we're good, and that this has been fun. I think we can definitely and absolutely do this. After round one, get back to our picks and analyze a little bit what happened, and for round two as well. We can
Yeah.
definitely do
The
something
sad
like that.
part is I think, correct me if I'm wrong. When let's say the Celtics sweep and then these guys they one of them sweep, they start the series immediately, right? They don't wait for the other people to finish the round, right?
As long as both teams are ready, because let's say that the Celtics sweep the Heat, which is what I'm highly expecting. They still gotta wait for Caps Magic to be over,
To
and
be
that
over.
one may take forever. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so
there's
they
some
better get used to play 3-on-3 in the meantime.
but there's some series that might. start before the rest, right?
Yeah, yeah, but no, no. The only thing that we have to do is, when everything is settled to for the remaining teams to start, then we just go from there. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I
There
guess.
might
Yeah,
be one or two series that have started, but that's. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, we can definitely do this. It was fun.
yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah.
we can get Fade Super Fade in here, which he was
Yes,
part.
sir.
For those of you that are here, he was part of the podcast that I was also with Carlos, and we used to talk sport, which was in Spanish. So if the chemistry is not 100% there yet, we used to have talk Spanish, but we'll get there. We'll bring you guys in here and there. Hopefully, we can even bring Plume in and talk some sport too. Plume loves
Of
sports.
course, of course. I seen that Plume is a big baseball fan, and man, let me tell you, I've been more into baseball than the last 20 years.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm in love with the new era of players. I'm in love with the new style of playing baseball because the new rules have made it aggressive again. People had to steal bases. People had to run the bases go for the extra one, contact hitting, and a great era, a great generation to watch. So I'm really loving this season. We can
yeah.
absolutely have one about MLB.
All right. Well, this is all. Thank you for everyone that came in and anyone that hear us later on. This is our picks for the playoff, and let's see how far off we've been. But this is our prediction, our analysis. Hopefully, we'll do a few more before the playoffs are ends. So
All
goodbye,
right.
everyone.
Thank you for staying with us.